my little party animals. hiphiprenee here today with a brand new speed build for you, and this is the sixth time that I'm trying to record this voiceover because apparently I can't talk today. I can't hold a train of thought. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've been doing so many scripted videos that I don't know how to talk during a speed build anymore, and I'm so sorry. But here we are. I'm going to try again. I'm going to do this. It's going to happen. It's going to be okay. Nobody panic. So, this is my first look at the brand new expansion pack, Snowy Escape. Snowy Escape came out on Friday, and you are watching this, I believe it'll be either Monday or Tuesday, the 16th or the 17th that you will be watching this. So, of course, I'm a little late to the uptake here, guys, okay? I spent a little too much time working on my video about how to use the platforms and, just going into Snowy Escape. I tried building quite a few different things, and nothing really that I was building was doing it for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not understanding Japanese architecture. I actually spent a lot of time over the weekend looking up various elements of Japanese architecture, traditional Japanese architecture, to be able to build something that looked even remotely good in this, because this is just, it's simply not my build style. That being said, I think it's becoming my build style because I really, really enjoy how this build turned out. So now, I don't know if any of you guys are like me, but every time I buy a new pack, I have kind of a system. I have a system for going through each of the packs. The first thing I do is I look at Create a Sim. So I'll go through all of the new hairs, all of the new accessories, all of the new clothing, everything like that. And that is, of course, with this what I did. The next thing that I do is I try just a little bit of gameplay. I'm talking like 15, 20 minutes of gameplay just to get kind of an idea, especially if there's a new world. I like to go around and explore the new world, see what kind of new things we have, see how many new lots we have, and just kind of, what we are able to do in the new game. And then I save, of course, my favorite for last. So you guys all know I am a builder through and through. I may not be the best builder out there. I am fully okay with admitting that I am not the best builder. I know that I am not Kate Emerald, and I am fine with that. But I do enjoy the builds that I make, and I think that they do look really good most of the time. So the first thing that I did, like I said, was I went through the Create a Sim items. And I will say, for someone who is not really into creating Sims, or is, self-proclaimed not very good at creating Sims, I actually really, really like the Create a Sim items for this pack. I think the new female hairs that we got are really, really nice. I like that they come in, some kind of funky ombre colors, and they also give you, kind of the more quote-unquote normal swatches for them as well. There's some really nice, French braids and just kind of, putting your hair up, because obviously this whole pack is about, kind of snowy sports. So it's skiing, sledding, snowboarding, rock climbing, that type of thing. When you tend to go do those things, not that I'm really like an outdoor girl, I'm really kind of more of an indoor girl, if you know what I mean. But obviously, when you're going out and you're doing something that's highly active like that, you're not going to have, your hair beautifully flowing behind you in the wind. No, you're going to put your goddamn hair up in a ponytail and make sure it doesn't get stuck on something. So I really, really enjoyed the new updos. I enjoy all of the new hairs, honestly. And then as far as the clothing is concerned, again, I really, really enjoy the clothing in this pack, specifically the female clothing. I did very, very quickly and very briefly go through the male clothing and the children clothing, but I will be 100% honest in that my male Sims are there for breeding purposes. They're 100% for breeding purposes only, with the exception with the exception of Sim Rob, whose sole purpose in life is to annoy Sim Renee. So I did try some of those clothes, and I really like them. I think they're super useful. I think that they're gonna look good in a lot of the different worlds. I don't think that they are, too focused on, I don't even know how. They're very they're just very normal, very good clothing. And then we got a lot of really good, obviously, winter gear. We got some new jackets, we got some new snow pants, we got actually some really cute pants, I will fully admit that. Obviously, we got some new winter hats, we got some helmets for snowboarding, things like that. I really, really honestly like the cast in this a lot. I would give it probably an 8 out of 10. I can't think of anything or any pack that I would think is better for Cass than this pack, but I also can't think of anything that's worse, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So then, of course, the second thing that I did was I went in and I did a little bit of gameplay. So I took the sim that I had created. I created a sim. I'll pop her up on the screen at some point. But I created a sim and I went in, I moved her into one of the new builds that we got that all of the EA game changers have made. My goodness, do you know how exciting it is to go into a build and it's built well and looks nice? I feel like this is so not expected from the Sims at this point. They always give us these and it's Sims devs, I'm sorry. If any of you are listening, I'm sorry, but your builds are shit. Half the time you forget the toilets or you forget something super imperative to the build. And I moved into a starter home that not only had the bonsai plant so I could work on my gardening skill, but there was already an easel there and a computer. What? Anyway, so I went in, I purchased one of the starter homes, and I went in with my new sim that I had created, and I started playing around with the new aspiration, which is, of course, under the athletic tree, I guess you would call it. So it's all focused on, winter sports. So rock climbing, snowboarding, skiing, sledding, all of those types of things. I haven't gone through the entire aspiration yet. I will say it's kind of a challenging aspiration. I feel like getting my rock climbing skill up took a lot longer than it should have, because until you hit level 3 on rock climbing, there's one spot. There's one tiny little spot that you can rock climb on, and then past that you could obviously, read a rock climbing book and things like that, but I like to have my Sims be actively learning their skills rather than passively learning them by, just reading a book. So I would say I am about halfway through that aspiration, and it has been fairly challenging. It also took me a while. There is a portion of the aspiration where you have to meet a forest spirit, and I sent my sim hiking so many times, so many times, and it took I don't know, I would say maybe 5 hours of playing the game before I actually had her run into a forest spirit, and I finally did it, and I was like, oh my god, thank god. It's taking so long. Why has it been taking so long? I'm not a super fan of the gameplay, I will fully admit that. It's not my thing. I'm not really an outdoor girl. I'm more of an indoor girl. Also, being from New England, most people would think that I'm totally okay with snow, but I'm a lizard, if you didn't know. I'm cold-blooded. I freeze to death when it's 85 degrees outside, so when it's actually freezing and snowing, it's not a good time for hiphiprenee, okay? It is currently, I think outside it's about 32 degrees as I type this. That's Fahrenheit, so for you Celsius people, that's a big fat 0 degrees Celsius, and it's not my thing. I don't like the snow. I don't want to go sledding. I don't want to go out and build a snowman. I don't want to go snowboarding. I really just want to stay inside and wear as many layers of clothing as possible and then crank my heat up to 1,000 so I can, bask out in the glory of a nice warm house. So the gameplay, I mean, it's fun, it's cute, the animations are nice, but it's just not for me. So I would personally give the gameplay probably about a 5 out of 10. Not bad, not great. I can definitely see where a lot of people would enjoy the gameplay from this. So please, if you're into snowy sports and you're into snowy things, take my kind of thoughts on the gameplay of this pack take it with a grain of salt, because it's a personal thing for me. It's not that the gameplay itself is bad, it's just that I don't like the idea of snowboarding and things like that. That being said, I finally went into build buy mode after going into build. Okay, back up. Hold on, Renee. I went into build buy mode. I tried to start building, and I sat there and I was like, I know nothing about Japanese architecture. So what I did is I went through all of the builds that were already in the game. I went onto Twitter, I looked up some people's builds and, just kind of see what everybody else had been doing. And then I went onto Pinterest and I started looking up traditional Japanese style builds. I wanted to get kind of an idea of what their floor plans would be, what the exterior of their houses would look like, kind of just, the shapes and just kind of the elements of what a traditional Japanese architecture style home would look like. I actually found a really great resource. I did put it on my Twitter. You can find it on my Twitter. And it basically outlined just kind of all of the major elements of a traditional Japanese style home. So that has been something that I have been looking at for the last few days. And after really kind of reading that in depth and, getting a better idea for what actually a traditional Japanese home would look like, I started building. This is actually the second build that I've done. The first build that I did, I do think it turned out cute, but I don't think it turned out as cute as this one. So that's why I chose to share this one. I did end up recording the other one, so if you guys really would like to see a video of that, please leave a comment down below. I am more than happy to edit a speed build of that because I do have all of the footage available to be able to do that. Both of the houses that I have currently built in Snowy Escape are in the gallery, so you can go download them, but I will warn you that I used a lot of packs. Like a lot of packs. I tried to use more Snowy Escape items than anything else. So honestly, if you go in and you download it and you don't have a ton of the packs, but you do have the base game and Snowy Escape, you're not going to be missing, I would say, a ton of items. You'll definitely be missing a lot of the clutter and things like that. But I would say most of the major elements in this house, the furniture, the bed, the toilet, the kitchen, all that kind of stuff, it is all using Snowy Escape. So don't let the amount of packs that are showing on the gallery deter you from downloading this. Again, you will be missing things, but it's not really like you're going to be missing anything super important or super pertinent to the build. So don't panic about that. Build buy in this pack for me is another 10 out of 10. And I don't remember the last time I've said that we had a 10 out of 10 building pack. I really want to say it was Strangerville. I think that it has been that long that it's been Strangerville. And I mean, we've gotten quite a few packs since then. We got the Star Wars pack. I bought it, guys. I did it, but I'm still mad at myself for buying it. And I blame everybody who did the Hell House collab for making me buy that. So thanks for that, guys. But, I mean, since Strangerville, we've gotten quite a few other packs, and I really can't think of one off the top of my head that has a better build buy selection than Snowy Escape does. If you are a Sims builder, I 10 out of 10 recommend this pack. I think it is very, very versatile. I think it's going to be really useful even if you are not building in this world, even if you are not building in this style. There are a lot of really nice neutral swatches of everything. Everything has just some really incredible looking wood tones, and I think that it is going to be super functional for whether you are building in the Snowy Escape world or outside of the Snowy Escape world. So those are my thoughts on the new pack. I really hope you guys enjoyed this build because I think it turned out beautiful personally. I mean, I know I'm a little full of myself sometimes, but guys, this build's pretty good, right? So anyway, if you guys did enjoy this build and you enjoyed my thoughts on the new expansion pack, Snowy Escape, don't forget to leave a thumbs up down below. If you're new here or you're not new here but you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you hopefully get notifications anytime I post a new video. Thank you so much to my patrons and my channel members for supporting the channel. You guys are so appreciated, more than you could ever know. Thank you all for joining me here today. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.